Unfortunately, I'm not here to talk about my time on this treasured island surrounded by these pristine seas, but my time surrounded by seas of desert. In a refugee camp on the border of Syria, I was approached by a young man. This young refugee was carrying what seemed like 5 pounds of soccer medals. He must have won before fleeing his Syrian home, seeking refuge in the desert. This young man valued his medals so that he was willing to pack them on his back while making this journey. When he approached me, he said some words in Arabic. Admittedly, I don't understand all of what he said, but I could feel that he was sincere. And he motioned for me to bend down. To my shock, when I did so, he placed one of the gold medals around my neck. This gold medal. This refugee gave what little he had to someone who seemingly has it all, reinforcing the fact that life is not about your importance or your accomplishments, but your impact and your influence. I've received many awards in life. I've studied culture and peace at Brigham Young University of Hawaii, business and development at the University of Notre Dame, and social entrepreneurship at the University of Oxford. But none of these accomplishments have an ounce of importance when put up against this medal given me that day by this young refugee. So what is a farmhand like me doing in the Middle East as a CEO of a nonprofit dedicated to helping youth avoid extremist and violent recruitment? My journey started when I was 17 years old. Showed up to high school like it was any other day, but it wasn't. On that day, I was informed that my next door neighbor, my scout leader, mentor, and dear friend, Captain Corey Jenkins, a medical officer in the U.S. Army, on his way home from providing medical assistance to rural Afghani villages, had been blown up by an improvised explosive device. He left behind his beautiful wife and a 3-month-old daughter. As a 17-year-old, I was stricken with grief. I remember flipping my desk over as a tear streamed down my face, and I was filled with hatred. Hatred for a people I had never known nor had ever met. Which hatred lasted until one Sunday, a realization came to me that that's not what Corey would want. You see, Corey was a man of kindness and genuine concern for others, regardless of their ideological, political, or religious beliefs or ethnicity. It simply is not what he would have wanted. So I began searching for answers because this type of thing shouldn't happen. I started seeking answers for conflict resolution. And I started to notice in my search for nonprofits that are addressing these issues, nonprofits that are addressing the illicit industry, that there was a pattern, that the way we are doing nonprofit work, the way we are advertising our cause, is skewed. While we are helping or aiding the victims of these causes, we are creating a victim mindset both on part of the nonprofit industry and for us as donors. And what do I mean by my victim mindset? I mean, nonprofits receive support and donations by marketing the sexiest images of their cause, which are often sad photos put to sad music designed to tug at your heartstrings so you pull out your wallet. They make money doing this, so the causes they end up serving are the causes that only serve the victims of these illicit industries. In essence, we are serving and working to address the symptoms of a curable disease. Now, don't get me wrong here, I absolutely love nonprofits. And there is a substantial need to help those who are suffering. What I'm questioning is how do we make sure there are less individuals suffering? Because when we address one victim, 10 more are being created elsewhere by someone who has made a business of it. Recently, I was driving my pickup truck through a couple of cornfields in the Midwest. I had been interviewing local pimps to understand the supply chain of sex trafficking in preparation for my field work in Eastern Europe to build out the supply chain of child sex trafficking. This is a large illicit industry that was really getting me down. How do you dismantle such an organized business? And an idea came to me, and it hit me. It hit me hard. It hit me like a bushel of corn. The idea was not how do we help traffic individuals, but how do we serve the traffickers? What? My mind started to race at this point, question after question coming to my mind. How do I help the pimp? How do I serve the pimp? How do I aid him or her in developing a livelihood that provides for their family? How do I aid him or her in developing economic growth in their communities that provides greater financial return than him? Many illicit industries are run by youth because youth are willing to take risks in order to get quick economic gain and security. Recruiters of these industries know this. They target youth in their recruitment tactics to get them into these industries. And just like when you join any company, that company comes with a culture. And that culture becomes a part of you and a part of your life. So how do we get to these youth before they join these industries? How do we get these youth into new companies with new cultures that can change their lives? In 2016, in a southern village in the Kingdom of Jordan, the Al-Karak Crusader Castle was attacked by local youth who had been recruited to extremism, claimed by ISIS, actually. In the wake of this conflict, our students in the area were disheartened. Many knew or had friends that were perpetrating this attack, or had perpetrated it. And they approached me and said, "We would like to rebuild the castle." And at first I thought, wait, you want to do what? And I thought and said, absolutely. We took the permissions we needed to from the government. We trained the youth in proper restoration techniques, and those youth planned, implemented, and enacted the Al-Karak castle rebuilt. Not only did they rebuild this castle, they hung a banner from it that read, "In the wake of violent conflict, we will rebuild for peace." So you have two groups of youth that know each other from the same community with completely different outcomes of how their lives turn or are turning. For many, joining extremism or violent causes is done because they want a sense of purpose or a sense of belonging. And for many, it's simply the only opportunity that has been presented. I've seen time and time again in my field work that it is often the people in the community that are facing the strain of these illicit industries that have the exact solution to solve it. They know exactly what to do. They know the people who are involved. But they are disconnected from the resources necessary to implement those community actions. In one instance, our student in a southern village in Jordan, we'll call her Rebecca. Now, Rebecca and her family fled their village because of the ensuing violence. Rebecca was a refugee from Afghanistan, the very area that took the life of my friend. We began training in that village, and she wanted to take part. She came up and asked if she could learn cosmetology. I said, absolutely. Rebecca didn't just learn cosmetology in 3 months' time. With the help of her father, Rebecca started the first salon that that village had ever seen. Now, this is a village that has very little education or economic opportunities. Rebecca not only learned how to do hair and makeup in 3 months' time, she was able to make enough money to change her entire family's life and is now paying for her younger sister to attend university in a nearby town. Rebecca didn't just learn in 3 months' time just cosmetology. She learned how to start a business that built up her rural economy and is now paying for her own university education. So my question, rather, I do not believe the question we should ask is how do we combat violence? How do we punish those involved in illicit industries? But how do we serve them to build better livelihoods with less risk and less damage to our communities? My question is not how do we build peace, but rather how do we make peace